It's a shame. I did not expect that. Natsuki's cupcakes are always so delicious. I know I'm repeating the same that Sayori said earlier, but please don't have a bad image of her.
This sentence is kinda awkward. Maybe please don't get the wrong idea about her or something like that would be a little more natural, probably. This girl, you are very kind, Yuri.
Yuri is just trying to impress you, Hallie.
From Yuri's expression, it seems she felt insulted by Monika's comment.
I do care for her. It is not just for trying to impress you.
So she's also trying to impress me. Yuri's face gets completely red after analyzing her words. Sayori and Natsuki return to the clubroom. Natsuki's gaze is on the floor. She looks at me. What should I do? I quickly take another cupcake from the tray and bite it. This one is good. Very sweet and fluffy. How weird. It seems that only my cupcake was bad. See? I just had bad luck. I don't know what happens, but they are very tasty. I can see they are made from the heart. Good work, Natsuki. I show Natsuki my greatest smile, and her sad expression considerably changes.
You are just an outsider.
She then shows me a cute smile.
But thank you. I appreciate it. So, what made you consider the literature club, Hallie?
Sayori recommended it, and I haven't joined any clubs yet, so...
That's okay. You don't have to be shy. You're welcome here.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you again, Hallie.
Yeah, it has been some time. I never thought you would leave the debate club to start a literature club. It should be hard starting a new club, isn't it? Especially something like this. I guess it should be hard. It would be hard. Starting a new club would probably flow better.
Well, not many are interested in something like literature, or putting effort to starting something completely new. But at least you know that the people who join and keep in it are really serious about this, and I appreciate them. Monika is also a great leader.
Yuri nods. I see. Everyone gets back to their seats.
So, Hallie, what kind of books do you like to read?
Well, honestly, it has been a long time since I read a book, so I can't really answer that.
I see.
But that can change. Isn't this a good chance to try something new? I quickly say as I see Yuri's sad expression. So, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. I hear a laugh behind me.
My favorites are novels with deep, complex, and detailed fantasy worlds. The level of creativity behind them is amazing.
She looks through the window.
The way they can take you to other worlds, if only for a moment, and the way you can forget your problems in this world is just...
Yuri, who seemed so reserved from the moment I walked in, is suddenly talking with an aura of confidence. With the way her eyes light up when talking about novels, it's pretty obvious she finds comfort in books and not in people.
But isn't that just escapism?
Well, that was kind of rude.
Maybe. Maybe I'm just a coward. Maybe I...
Are Yuri's eyes getting dull? Something's not right. I clap my hands as loudly as I can, and I manage to make Yuri jump. So I gotta capitalize jump. I don't think it's escapism. How do I say it? I think it's not bad to want some rest from life problems. I don't think that's how you say it. Also, it's a little weird that Monika popped into a focus position there when this dialogue box came up. Let's see, how do I say it? I would rephrase this to be, I think it's not bad to want some escape from real life. Yeah, well, I guess that, except that he's trying to say it's not escapism, isn't he, huh? I don't think it's escapism. I think it's not bad to want some relief from real life. How about that? To go to a different world, to experience new things, and to walk a different path, if only for a while. And maybe after immersing yourself in those adventures, you can face your problems with a new perspective. Or so I heard in some magazine that was talking about fantasy games and things like that. I'm surprised that I remembered it so clearly.
Face your problems with a new perspective. A different world, a different path. I like that. I think you'll be a valuable member here, Hallie.
Monika, though, seemed a little pissed off. I don't know why.
Lately, I have been reading a lot of horror. Ugh, I hate horror.
This is one of those times where I feel like a comma would still serve it well, even though it is dialogue.
Oh, why is that? Well, I just...
Natsuki looks at me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right. You usually like cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Well, considering what you write and read. Don't say that out loud! What is so funny? Nothing. I just remembered something from a book I read some time ago. First, it was cute and lighthearted, about 4 girls in a high school reading club.
You can make this a comma or a semicolon, and then make this a lowercase a. That would... Either of those options are grammatically acceptable, but it would look a little better than this. That sounds like a manga. Natsuki's eyes began to shine.
But then... Wait, don't tell me. I want to read it first.
But you said you hated words.
Are you sure? After all, Leo.
But a small smile creeps on Yuri's face.
No, it's nothing. I think you will like this story a lot.
Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and put her hands on her shoulder. Puts her hands on her shoulder.
Everything you do is just as cute as you are. I'm not cute.
Natsuki shakes off Sayori. I can't help but laugh. You really get along.
Well, you can say that.
Sayori runs to me with a big smile.
I get along with Hallie, too. You are childhood friends, right?
Yeah.
Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. Okay, everyone. Now that we have a new member, we'll have to get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen our bonds. And I think sharing something between us will help us achieve that. What do you suggest, Monica? Let's see.
Monica starts thinking, and then smiles.
Oh, we've been writing some poems lately, but...
Natsuki and Yuri show clear distress for Monica's words.
But they don't like sharing them.
I look at Natsuki. Why is that?
Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Every time I tried something like that, it ended in utter failure. I feel like there are some contexts where every time can be one word like this, but then in this case you would need it to be 2. I would like to see them.
No!
She averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Maybe you're not very confident enough yet. Maybe you're not confident enough yet would be fine on its own. I don't know why the very is throwing me off in this phrase, but it is. You're not very confident enough yet. Yeah, like, either stick with very confident or confident enough. Drop one of these 2 words, whichever you think it sounds better without. But having them both there doesn't really work.
Sharing that kind of writing takes more than confidence, especially with something so personal.
Alright, I let it slide with MC earlier, but Yuri is kind of like... she talks more properly than most people would, so she would probably actually say especially. Especially is like an abbreviated version without the E, but no. You'll want to have her say especially correctly.
Is it something that exposes your vulnerabilities and can show the deepest reaches of your heart?
Now there's an actual typo. This needs to be your heart.
It is not just a simple bunch of words, after all. Then this is perfect. It would be great. It would be a great chance to open yourselves.
Open yourselves up, maybe? Yeah, open yourselves up. Yeah.
Let's do it.
And then the game bugged out. Yuri stays silent for a moment.
I don't like that idea. What? It is too sudden. Yeah, it feels too forced, and I don't like that.
Natsuki shows her rejection too. Did I saw a dark glint on Monica's eyes? That would be, did I see a dark glint in Monica's eyes? Sayori doesn't know what to say. Monica looks at me, slightly troubled.
Hallie, do you have any suggestions?
Me? I'm not even a club member. But let's see. I don't know, man. Monica said you said you were joining earlier. It seems that the members of the literature club are not what you would surely call friends. Okay, there have been times where you didn't capitalize it and times where you did. So once again, like with the vice president thing, just be consistent. Decide if you want it to be capitalized or not. and roll with that. So getting them to know each other better would help them. As this is a literature club, wouldn't it be good to learn about each other's tastes in books and stories? Each other is one apostrophe S on that, so it's possessive. Everyone listens quietly. I'm getting nervous simply from all of them looking at me. And I don't know, maybe bring a short story of your liking and share it with everyone? The girls ponder the idea, especially Monica. Oh, there you spell especially right. With a very serious face. Natsuki's second to her. You can make that a comma. That can all be one sentence.
I like that idea, Hallie.
You don't even read, Sayori.
How mean, I do!
I smile, then I look at the other girls.
I don't think it is a bad suggestion. Yeah, it is a good idea.
Alright, there were a couple instances of this I kind of skipped over, but like, sometimes a sentence will flow better spoken if you make conjoined words. Like, IT apostrophe S instead of it is. Like, whenever people talk like this, it sounds really formal, and that's not how natural speech usually goes, so... Like, whenever Monica's saying it here, you could read it as if she was putting emphasis on the is. Like, yeah, it is a good idea. And in that case, it would be better because, like, there's this emphasis being put on the second word. But at other times where it flows better for the words to be one, you should try to keep them as one. Somehow, that didn't sound convincing. Natsuki's expression is hard to read. She doesn't seem too happy with the idea.
Okay, I'll do it.
I can't suppress a smile.
Don't look at me like that!
Monica stays silent for a moment. And then she returns to her cheerful expression.
Okay, everyone. Now that we have an activity to do, we'll share it the next time we meet here. This is a good moment to end the day.
Monica beams a cute smile at me.
I'm excited to see what you will bring.
Yeah, but I'm not a member yet. Yeah, I'll do my best. I feel nervous. I don't want to be the worst one, but I'm lucky to be in this harem club. Doing something like this is a small price to pay. As everyone starts packing their things to get back home, Sayori approaches me.
Ollie, let's get back home.
Didn't he just say that? Yeah, packing their things to get back home. As everyone starts packing their things, you can even just leave off the to get back home. As everyone starts packing their things, Sayori approaches me. And then it won't be repetitive. It'll be unique whenever Sayori says it. Sure.
Yay! You live near each other? We literally live next to each other.
Once again.
We literally live next door.
Would help it avoid being repetitive with the previous line.
How convenient.
Not for me. Well then, I wave goodbye to everyone, while Sayori and I leave the clubroom and start making our way back home. There's the back home again. We're walking. It's a bit weird that some of these... Oh god. Some of these BGs are really cartoony, some of these BGs are really realistic, and some of these BGs just match the original style. I don't know if you want to reconsider some of those options, but the clash is definitely there. While walking, my mind wanders between the 4 girls I met today. Sayori, Yuri, Natsuki, and Monica. Will I get the chance to get close to one of them? Maybe. That's all the further that sentiment went. Tried to say a word. However, the bad feeling is still present, and I still feel something is off. I wave goodbye to Sayori and go back to my house, ending my day. Comma. Lowercase e. Okay, box is empty. Nothing's happening.
Oh, this day is not over yet.
Okay, we're here now. Those are very bright vending machines. Oh, we're just kind of standing out in the parking lot. Yawn. You'll probably want to put that in asterisks, so it's like a sound he made instead of him saying yawn. I have been looking for the story to share tomorrow, with no success. A story to share tomorrow. I don't remember any story I read that stands out for me. How lame. And I was the one who suggested the sharing idea. I mentioned it before for but you can also do it with and. Anytime you've got a sentence starting with and, if it's not like the first sentence in the text box, you can go comma, lowercase. There you go. I'm hungry. The fridge is almost empty. It's a good moment to go to the convenience store. Some walking will help me clear my mind. It's cold outside, and the sky is cloudy. There aren't many people at this time of the day, so the streets are rather empty. You can leave out the time of day as a phrase, all on its own. I wonder, should I choose what I will share to impress one of the girls? Just with the interchange of today, I can somehow guess what the girls like. This is kind of awkward. Just with what we talked about today, I can somewhat guess what the girls like. Sayori, for example, would like something cheerful or silly. I don't think it will be hard to impress her. Natsuki, as Sayori said, likes cute things. Maybe a simple love story? Or something like a manga? Yuri stated clearly what she likes. Complex stories that can distract you from reality. Maybe a lot of symbolism? And Monica... What does Monica like? She was in the debate club, so she's rather intelligent, but that isn't enough to make a guess. Maybe I'll choose something random to see her reaction. Yeah, that would work if I were to choose her. Would it really work? That is... Depending on what the next box says, this could probably be a that apostrophe S. Yeah, that apostrophe S. Sayori?
Oh, Hallie, what are you doing out here?
Just buying some stuff. And you? It's pretty late, you know.
I'm just taking a walk. I was doing the thing for the club after all.
You too? I haven't finished yet.
You have to do it, or you will disappoint everyone.
I know. I will finish it in time. Sayori nods and smiles.
So what are you buying?
Some food and stuff.
Then I'll tag along.
If you want to.
Yay!
She's gonna try to get you to buy things, dude. We talked while choosing in the store. It has been a while since I spent this much time with Sayori. I'm enjoying it, though. It's very refreshing. We are coming back while passing through the park. Oh, it's CG. That's so nice.
This place is very pretty during the night. I come here from time to time.
It's not bad during the day, too. Sayori nods.
I'm happy you had fun today in the literature club.
Oh god, now it's like one's capitalized and the other one isn't.
Seeing you getting along with everyone makes me the happiest.
You're exaggerating.
With you around, every day will be so much fun.
I smile.
So what do you think about the girls?
It has only been a day.
That's still enough to have an opinion.
Well, let's see. I think about the girls. They're interesting and beautiful. It would be nice to get close to them. Who knows what can happen in that harem club? Probably want to make that a question mark. It's kind of a question. The three of them are very interesting. Oh, it'd be good to get to know them better. Okay, that line kind of just invalidates both of these boxes, because he's just reiterating what he was already thinking. So you can drop both of those, honestly, and just have him say, the three of them are very interesting. It would be good to get to know them better.
I see.
Why is Sayori making such an upset face? Did I say something I shouldn't say? Shouldn't have? Sayori, is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. What about me?
What? What do I think about Sayori? I mean, she's my childhood friend. I don't think there's more to that. But I can't say that directly. Would I like to know Sayori better? I guess. I guess you were interesting too. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't know the literature club. Come on. Also, I think I still don't know a lot about you. So, Sayori stays quiet for some seconds. How about for a while? Or a moment. Quiet for a moment is what I would put there. And then she smiles at me.
Thank you, Hallie. It makes me very happy to hear that.
I smile back.
Good night, Hallie. Don't forget to finish the task.
Yeah, I know. Night. I can't stop smiling. Oh, or is this her perspective now?
He said he would like to know me better. I'm smiling like an idiot. I can't wait for tomorrow. I walk merrily to my house. Is that? Gah! A sudden and acute pain attacks my head. It's unbearable. Gah! I fall to my knees. The pain, it's getting worse. It feels like something is crushing my head. My vision starts getting black from the pain.
Going black.
What's happening?
Oh.
Gah!
The sound effect finally stopped.